welcome back. There is something we all need to know, and there's something dangerous that is at our doorstep in the state of South Carolina. And I have asked Senator Larry Martin to join us today, and we're going to talk about something that I bet you didn't know about, and I certainly didn't. There is something brand new called powdered alcohol. Like we don't have enough trouble on our highways. And this is in a powder, and you mix it with water, and it's very destructive. And it's going to be, you don't have to show an ID to buy it, and it can be in supermarkets or whatever. So this is all you need for teenagers and kids to have access to this. And thank God we have some sensible people in our legislature. And I'm grateful to you and all those people who worked with you, because for one solid year now, you have succeeded in banning this for South Carolina. Thank you, sir.
Well, you're very, very welcome. And I'm just pleased that the legislature responded.
This is Democrats and Republicans, they all came together and said, no way.
Exactly, exactly. We had a little hesitancy about the idea that we were, quote, banning a product. I told the members of the Senate that my view of it was, it gave us time, whatever the length of time, at least a year, in order to be able to determine how it was going to be marketed in our state, what kind of distribution requirements would be made. Certainly, we don't want to see this on a 7-Eleven
but that's what's going to happen.
Shelf, and unregulated as it was. That's exactly what would have happened. It would have been in a convenience store, probably this fall, being sold to anybody that walked in to buy it.
You don't have to show any ID.
No,
so a 15-year-old kid can go in there and buy it.
So I learned of this through a news report where the federal agency had pulled the tentative approval for the licensing or the labeling that goes on. That's all the federal government can do, is require the label to contain the various facts known
like
about
what the strength of the...
Exactly, and the recommended amount of water to be added to it in order to produce a certain alcoholic percentage. And my view of it was, look, first thing we need to do, and this is what I did, is I called the Department of Revenue and I said, I need to know, is this stuff regulated under our law? They called me back and they said, no, we don't think so. So then I called them back and I said, I need a written opinion, because I can't get up on the floor of the Senate and just go operate based off of, a phone conversation. So they sent me a written opinion. I got a bill through the Senate Judiciary Committee very quickly, and also amended another bill. Actually, I amended two bills. I was bound and determined to strike
God bless you.
on something. Because we had this problem with bath salts. We'd had this problem with synthetic marijuana. We're having this problem now with a product called Spice that is making kids sick. And in every instance, we always reacted to something that was already being sold after the fact. And this one time, when you see something in the news and you do a little bit of investigating and you determine, hey, this is about to hit our market. And if we don't do something, it's going to be sold to kids. And I'm going to have parents, angry parents, calling me, how did you let this happen? My kid getting intoxicated off a substance they buy in the convenience store. You think if you buy it in a convenience store, it's not going to be harmful.
Candy bars or something.
Exactly. So that's the problem we ran into. I never will forget my first conversation with somebody about bath salts. I thought he was I said, are you talking about Epsom salts that you wash your feet in and or soak your feet? And he said, no. He said, it's not like that at all. He said, they're snorting this stuff. And so it's the same kind of thing. And fortunately, our ban, which is one of the few states that's going to have it banned, there's only one other state, Vermont, I believe.
Nobody is accepting this into the. It's being produced in California, okay?
Yes, it is.
And then they're going to market it all over the United States. Now, some states have already. Vermont has already banned it completely.
New York State's in session right now, and they have a bill underway to ban it.
And we have banned it for 1 year, but then the battle's going to start. And I thought people, parents, grandparents, everybody should know about this. And it's called powdered alcohol.
And in our market, here in the upstate, it's very conceivable, since North Carolina and Georgia's already adjourned for the year, and North Carolina, I'm not sure where they are in their session right now, but it very well may be sold close to us. So people do need to be aware when it does hit the market. It's going to attract some attention. And
it'll be in convenience stores and probably even in supermarkets.
Well, unfortunately, it'll be in middle schools and high schools, because this stuff, it's like anything else. They get their hands on it.
And it can intoxicate you just as if you had a bottle of whiskey.
Exactly.
I mean, the effect is the same.
As a matter of fact, some of the reading that I read on it indicates that the chemical properties is such that it tends to go to the bloodstream much more quickly, because it is a synthetic type. The way it's produced, the chemical properties of the alcohol enters the bloodstream more quickly. So the intoxicating effect of this product is much stronger than traditional alcoholic beverages.
And it's a powdered substance. You mix it with water and drink it. And there you go.
Exactly.
And I just felt like when I heard about this, I got furious. And I called Senator Martin, and he agreed to come here today. And I'm grateful to you, because people don't realize, they don't know.
No,
Nobody knew about this.
Well, the state Senate reacted unanimously on the one-year ban. The House of Representatives last week adopted the one-year ban on a 96-0 vote, so it was a unanimous vote. The governor's going to sign it.
So it was unanimous, and so we're safe for a year.
We're safe for a year. I chair the Judiciary Committee. That comes under my committee, obviously, and what I intend to do is create a task force this fall. None of us are up for election, and I intend to get to the bottom of what is actually going to happen in the marketplace, if in fact this stuff is coming to market. It appears that it will, and later in the fall we will know. And we intend to attempt to find out, is it something that needs to be defined in our statute, or do we need to try to make the ban permanent? My preference would be to make the ban permanent, but I think in order to do that, I've got to have some pretty strong justifications, and it's going to take some study to do that.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that we can keep it out of South Carolina.
But all of our people voted together on this to ban it for 1 year. Now, after the year, they're going to be knocking on your door again.
Exactly.
So what you need to do now, you've got a little time to prepare a case against it.
That's true. That's true. The big concern I have for our state is, in the interim, we know it won't be sold here, but will it be sold close to us?
Well, we can't control what they do in Georgia or North Carolina, but we can be responsible for ourselves.
And people need to know that the possibility exists that it will get out on the market in these neighboring states, and they need to keep their young people away from it.
And that's not easy.
Well, not always. You know, they go to the beach or they go to the mountains or wherever. And
well, will it be like in a jar, or?
No, it'll probably be in a package.
Okay.
Just sort of a small package that you would just rip open.
And you don't even have to show any identification.
Not
you
if
can
it's
buy
not
it like you buy a
defined
candy bar.
as an alcoholic beverage. See, that's the key. It wasn't defined that way. Nobody ever contemplated a powder being in an alcoholic beverage form. So that wasn't the way our statute was written. And I don't know how many other states. We got close. I read the definition of alcohol, and it's real close, but our folks and our lawyers advised me that no, it wouldn't meet that definition.
Okay, so I wanted people to know about this. And if you're a parent, a teacher, a grandparent, whatever, if you care about, and especially about our young people, the law says if you are over 21, you are not breaking the law if you choose to drink. But we pray that people will use responsible behavior.
Right.
But we've got to protect our highways and ourselves and our youth.
Exactly. And unfortunately, young people are prone to experimenting. And
well, Larry, we've all been young. You remember that.
I do. And I was the world's worst, I imagine. It's a good thing that didn't get my hands on certain things, or I might have liked it. You know, that was.
But
the
this
way I
is
was.
called powdered alcohol.
Powdered out. As a matter of fact, the brand name is called Palcohol.
Okay.
It's P alcohol.
Okay.
And
what can we as citizens, just everyday people, what can we do?
well, continue to
Anything?
be informed. You know, I would
Okay.
have never picked up on the fact that this was about to hit the market if I didn't pay attention to what's going on in the news. And you can't possibly catch
No.
everything. So my advice to folks on something like this, and this is a good example of it, if you see something in the news that's of concern to you, you know, send me an email or send your House member or your state senator an email and let them know it concerns you.
Or call them up.
Yeah, or call them up, either one.
But you can say Larry Martin at scsenate.gov.
Right.
Yeah.
And if anybody loses that, they can Google me. They'll find my phone number, my email address, and I'm more than happy to
Well, God
respond.
bless you and all our legislators, Democrats and Republicans, who have stood to keep this from our state.
It was a good
and we've
day's
got
work
to keep working together.
to get
Bless
that
you.
done.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Senator
Peggy.
Larry Martin. Wherever you are, we need to be informed. We'll see you next time.